Hey, podcast listeners, Brian Wright here. Appreciate you tuning in and wanted to say thanks to everybody, all the loyal listeners out there. We had a fabulous season one is under our belt. A lot of traveling. As I said in our last podcast update, the plan was to do some more podcasts throughout this year, but what we're going to do is call it a season one. A lot of podcasts, they have season 1, 2, 3, and an ongoing series. And the plan moving forward is we're going to take our podcast and start each season in January. So season 2, we're going to launch some new podcast episodes. We have a lot of guests. Dr. Boschkin will visit us. He and I have been speaking at the practice development workshops that Align Technology, the makers of Invisalign, are out there, along with his COO, Nicole. It's been a great event, or events, because there's been multiple, and there's many scheduled for next year as well. So Dr. Boschkin's going to be on with us. Of course, we'll have repeat guests like we always do. Dr. John White, Dr. Regina Blevins will be on, but also a lot of new guests that will be on next year as well. I've told you in the past, we're very particular about who we let on as guests. There's not many people that we're going to let on unless we believe that they function like the top 1%. And the ones we have on do. They have a very particular way of doing things that is opposite of everybody else, and that's what we teach on this show. So we're going to have great guests next year, obviously great content. My co-host Robert Barton and I are putting together, there's already about 10 to 15 topics that we're going to talk about, and love it. It's going to be great stuff. Now, some cool stuff that we're doing on our website, too. So by the end of the year, our store will launch, and there's going to be more and more content on there for instant purchase. Our mystery call program, where you get a mystery call every single month that's graded using our employee performance indicator document. You get that analyzed by one of our executive level VIP coaches, and that shows up to your inbox every single month. A lot of other ongoing subscription offers that we are going to implement into our company, and we're very excited about it. Now, beyond the guests, it's been a really great 2018. The company has done really well. We're starting to get national notoriety. We've spoken all over the country: Arizona, Philadelphia, Seattle, Chicago, Houston. Where else? New York. There's been a lot more, and I'm really appreciative to all the people out there that want to listen to us, learn from us, and that is our passion here. I've talked about it in the past. The notoriety is great. Obviously, I think anybody that tells you that it's not is probably not telling you the truth. But the main thing, at least for me personally, the reason why it's great is that it helps people. Our message is something that healthcare really, really needs. And we see it in the growth numbers with our clients. And, whether you're hiring us to just make sure your internal systems are better, you're hiring us to make your employees great, a combination of both, or your digital presence, or all the other things we do, it makes such a difference. And it's just a pleasure knowing how much we're able to help people and how much people are appreciative to that help. So we really hope you enjoyed season 1 of this podcast. If for whatever reason this may be the first podcast you're listening to, go back and listen to them. Start with the very first one. Block out time in your schedule a couple times a month. You and the team listen to them together. Take the ideas and try your best to implement them at the highest levels. Obviously the problems is the implementation, and one of the reasons why I've many that we're here to help. But try to implement them as best you can. You don't have to do it all at once. And, guys, when we started this podcast, because this was the first season, and when we started the podcast at the beginning of the year, we didn't know exactly what was going to happen. And throughout the year, we've developed a really loyal following. And to all of those out there that have listened to all of our podcasts or tune in, I really want to say thank you, because there's nobody forcing you to. So anytime you want to sit out there, listen to a podcast while you're working out, you're having a jog, when you're just sitting at the home having a glass of wine, whatever it may be, it really does mean a lot, because we're passionate about helping people. So moving forward, I said it a little bit, we are going to have the seasons end right around each year at the end of the year. And so what we're trying to do, and right now part of it is the amount of travel. We have the Invisalign Summit coming up this week, as a matter of fact, that I'm looking forward to speaking at on Saturday. We're doing another study club webinar for Align Technology Thursday night in Vegas too. Looking forward to that as well. But with all the traveling and everything else, we've just had to streamline our schedule to make sure that we can still produce the podcast necessary to help you guys as much as possible. So we are calling it a season for this year, and we're going to kick off early January is going to be our next podcast. So please be looking for that. And moving forward, that's just how we're going to do it. We're going to do podcasts throughout the year. And then right around this time, the last couple months of the year is when the season's going to be over. So each year it'll be a new season. So just like your favorite sitcom, it comes it comes to an end and then it restarts again that following season. So remember, guys, if you want to get a hold of me out there, just NPG, the abbreviation of New Patient Group, npg@newpatientgroup.com. Send a message with your questions. My team will get that over to me if you need help with any. Remember, the past couple podcasts, we asked you guys, and there's been quite a few submissions, but you guys that didn't listen, the Dream Life exercise, write down what your dream practice and dream life looks like and send that to us. And we'll get on the phone with you, and we're happy to help you put a game plan in place to help accomplish that. And take advantage of that exercise. Take advantage of us working with you on that exercise. And just in the subject line of the email, just put Dream Life Exercise Podcast, something to that effect, and put your name in there. And we'll reach out to you. I'll work with you one-on-one to make sure that those dreams become a reality. Again, thank you so much for listening, everybody. We've had a great first season, a lot of wonderful guests, a lot of wonderful topics that really talk true business and marketing. It's not some fly-by-the-night consultant approach that comes in your practice, hands you a few ideas. This is getting down and dirty with every internal operation within your business, and it's why it works. We've talked about it many times. Remember, I want to leave you with a couple messages you can think about through the holidays, Thanksgiving, Christmas, etc., etc. Every single thing you do is marketing. It all has a direct or indirect impact on how your employees view you, on how your patients view you and your employees, on how they view the practice. Every single thing you do is marketing. Never lose sight of that. How your people speak on the phones, how they present money, the colors of your wall, how your scrubs look, and thousands of other things that happen every day inside your office. It's all marketing. And the reason why internal marketing always outproduces all other forms of marketing combined is because there's literally thousands of them that take place inside your doors every day. There's not thousands of marketing campaigns you'll ever do outside your doors. And there's other reasons as well. But never lose sight of that. And the other one is never lose sight that people buy from you because of you and your experience that your team offers. They don't buy your treatment. They don't buy because you're the best rotator of a bicuspid. They don't buy because you're the best person at putting in a crown. They don't buy because you offer the best laser facial surgery. That's not what people buy for. They buy you and your team, the experience. In all the major companies, Harris Interactive, the studies prove it. You've got to ask yourself, what am I doing that's different than the competition? What are you doing that's different than the competition? You need to think about that. And if you can't name off 5, 10 things instantly, you're losing money, you're losing opportunities, and you're failing your patients. You're failing your patients. The patient, the consumer, deserves better. And you can be that person that provides that better service, because I can assure you your competition is not. I can assure you your competition is not receiving the training to set up their business in a way that gets people leaving going, I cannot believe I just experienced that inside a healthcare practice. And that's where that commercial outside of healthcare expertise applied to the practice environment is unlike any other in the profession. I want you to keep that in mind, okay? So important. So everybody out there, have a great Thanksgiving, have a great Christmas, great holidays. We'll pick back up in January with season number 2 with some great guests and great topics. All of our clients out there, I appreciate your loyalty. I am so glad the success that you're having and so glad that you are looking at your business and everything in it very differently than everybody else. I think that's awesome, and kudos to everybody out there for changing their mindset. And when you change that mindset, it's really amazing everything that happens. Thanks, everybody. Have a great couple months here. We'll see you in January. Bye-bye.